climate crisis is the biggest threat we face today. It's caused by human activities, so it's about the energy that we use, the way in which we use the land, and it's causing devastating impacts on the environment and on human societies around the world. We've already seen a number of wildfires and floods, extreme weather events, and those things are going to increase in the coming years.
We see direct evidence that we're approaching tipping points of abrupt or irreversible change in the climate system.
So the climate crisis is just a recognition that we have to take urgent action to limit greenhouse gas emissions to avoid catastrophic effects of climate change.
We really need to change our behaviour, develop new technologies to tackle this crisis.
This region is home to more climate-related expertise than any other region worldwide, and we have some of the world's leading climate scientists in our region. The Climate Alliance is an interdisciplinary consortium that aims to deliver transformative systems changes to address climate change.
So when we're looking at technological solutions for climate change and net zero, we have to look at a whole systems approach. That's because these are complex systems and everything is interconnected.
We don't just use one discipline or one way of looking at the problem. We bring together insights from across science, engineering, social science and economics, and the arts and humanities.
Interdisciplinary research is vital to solving the climate crisis because it's being caused by humans and then it manifests both in natural systems and in human systems. So if you can't bring together an understanding of those natural systems and those human systems and what motivates us as humans, there's no chance of coming up with credible solutions.
Part of research that I'm really interested in is the development of materials to store hydrogen as an alternative zero carbon fuel source. And as part of the GW4 Climate Alliance, I realised that the research that we're doing is one part of the solution. And so we're working across policymakers, with social scientists, with engineers to try and find solutions that will work for different sectors of society and industry.
What GW4 does very well is to bring together different people and organisations in this region and gives them a space to address these challenges.
Across the region, we're working with local authorities, businesses and charities to come up with behaviour change interventions, so ways of doing things differently that are net zero and sustainable.
In my discipline, which is English literature, we're interested particularly in stories and how stories can shape people's response to climate change, and also how stories can motivate people to take action.
It's not just about the research, it's seeing how the research is used. That coming together of academia and industry and government is a really powerful one when you're looking at these complex problems.
We're already starting to have an impact in terms of reducing emissions and improving people's well-being.
One of the great strengths of GW4 is the training programmes that it offers, and particularly for early career researchers. For example, the GW4 Crucible brings through researchers from different disciplines and provides all kinds of professional training as well as making these connections.
We know that people's behaviour still needs to change a lot in order to tackle climate change.
If we don't act decisively now to tackle the climate crisis, then essentially we're consigning our old age and future generations to having to wrestle with a whole bunch of calamities as the impacts of climate change escalate.
We've only actually got a relatively slim chance of meeting our 1.5 degree C global target to limit temperature rise, but we do have that chance and we need to grab it now, otherwise we are going to see more and more devastating impacts in the coming years.